2 or 3
All right.
according to the
8:02.
semi-naked
You're on.
girls. I'm on. I'm live.
You're alive.
Holy cow, and I'm not ready yet. But okay, I'll do my best. Got my old guy glasses on. Anyways, here we are. Hoagie's Garage again. Going to read the sponsors real fast. Fulkins Brothers Trucking. We got Husets Speedway. Turn 2 Lodge down at Knoxville. Mount Tabor Cabinetry out in central Pennsylvania with Chris Fissel. Morning Sun Marketplace out in central Pennsylvania also with Rick and Sue Fritz. We got My Race Pass, which we actually have a gentleman here to talk about My Race Pass tonight, so we better make sure we mention that sponsor. S2F, or Start to Finish, another streaming service. They cover Power I, and they're down in Port City. Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Be Wiser by Kaiser. Heartland Hardware and Appliance in Brandon, South Dakota, and Hayward in George, Iowa. Rapid Graphics right over here just in Rock Rapids. Hawk Wings up in Jackson, Minnesota, make you a wing for anything you want to race. Hero Haven, just want to thank them guys for all that they do for the first responders and the vets. And then, of course, we can't go without mentioning the Lumber Lounge and Garage with Snow and Shane. Give them guys a listen with the bench racing. It can be highly entertaining.
All right.
How'd I do?
Good. I just wanted to make sure we could see Matthew, so I think he's on there. You should get your phone.
I should get my phone up. Wow, we're not near organized enough. See what happens when you show up late, bud?
I tell you what, Facebook, I'm sorry. I was at a town council meeting. Been scrambling, so hopefully we got everything. I see that we got green power and
I
all
got
the
green
things,
on
so
these,
that
yep.
we're good. Yeah, are you ready to get going?
Whenever you are.
I don't even know what you read because I was trying to get stuff ready.
Sponsors.
Here we go. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage. And this is pretty cool. We have another in-person one. So
In
it's
the
always,
garage.
Yeah, it's always, we like having those. Matthew and Austin Lloyd, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
That's good.
Doing well. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Good. Enjoying this lovely Midwest weather lately with the snow and
Yeah.
Sounds like tomorrow we're 50-mile-an-hour the winter storm watch, I heard. Well, how's that make you feel, Tom?
oh, I'm pretty excited. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm praying for a little rain. If they give us the rain like they were talking, that maybe it'll crust the snow. But I don't know if we're supposed to get the 50-mile-an-hour winds. That's more Western Dakota.
They can
On
keep
my
it.
phone, it only says like 27.
They can keep it. I gotta fly on Wednesdays. We gotta.
Oh, so you gotta be able to get to
we
the
gotta
airport.
tamper this down a little bit.
You gotta get to the airport.
I
I've got enough overtime in for the year, I think. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I bet.
I don't need any more.
Yeah, it's only December.
Yeah.
We're not even to the bad months, they so-called say. So, I think we'll start with Matthew here a little bit. Matthew, just tell us what kind of racing do you all do?
We race like go-karts mainly near our area. We're hoping to branch out a little bit more this year. But yeah, we mainly like go-karts. Our main tracks are like Plessis in Hartley, Iowa, Brookings, Golden Spike, and Blue Earth. And Cherokee, we raced that a couple of times. Those are our main tracks. And last year we ran our R-Box 2 class. And this next year we're hoping to run VPs.
Okay, so explain the difference for a couple of guys. I mean, the Grafings, we get a little bit from those guys, so we understand this a little bit, but maybe explain to the other people, what does your car actually look like? Does it have a wing on it? Does it not have a wing? And then explain the difference in the motors.
We do have a wing. We have all the things. Oh yeah, our wings are actually built by Hawk Wings. They make go-kart wings for us, and when we flipped early in the season, we want to thank them because we got one for free from them.
Oh,
there you go.
You better
Sponsorship.
maybe mention them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But like,
Trevor Service with Trev Wings helped us out in a big way. Hawk Wings, those guys always help us out. They actually build wings for my little brother's 305 program as well. So we have so many good people around us that are a part of our team. We're proud of that.
And since we've thrown out Hawk Wings, I think they're going to be on next Wednesday.
That's what you posted anyhow.
Yeah.
So, hey.
And I think it's at 8 o'clock. I looked it up today. But they have some big, like, I don't know if it's a class. It's not really a class, but
It's something educational because they got some crew chiefs going to be there and
Yeah.
a couple other guys, and it looks like it could. If you need to understand racing better, I think it'd be worth going to.
All right, so we got to get back to Matthew. Let him finish here. So we know they have wings. And now tell us the difference with the motors.
the first class has a very restricted motor, and then when you move it to RBox 2, it's just a little bit more restricted. But when you go to BP, you can really do a lot more things with it. It's not restricted. You can do a bunch of different things with the motor once you get up.
So you can start cheating more and not get caught.
No, that's not the right answer, Tom. That was a setup question.
Hey, we should shut the furnace off.
Yeah, you should do that, Tom.
That would probably help.
It's nice in there now.
Well, I turned it up when I got here.
Nice job.
So
But now we shut it off so it won't make as much noise. We are so unorganized tonight. Oh, sorry, guys.
no,
It's never like this. We're always a smooth running machine around here.
in our area of wing kart racing, in other parts of the country, you're going to hear like 250s, 500s, like
Yep.
motorcycle engines, almost not quite, but close. Around us, we have the, they call them R-Box, restricted box stock. If you go to like, Millbridge out in the Carolinas, you hear box stock a
Yep.
lot. So junior wing in the Wisconsin area, BPs, they're called different things, but there's 3 levels to wing kart racing where we're at. And when he started, when he was still like 6 years old, it was fun to refer to it as a 305, a 360, and a 410.
Oh, sure.
So now we're moving up to the 410 division. of wing
Oh,
kart
let's
racing.
go.
So he's ready to rock and roll. We're excited to do things like qualify and run against bigger fields and stuff.
So you're
it's a lot
how
of
old
fun.
now then?
Yeah, you're 10.
I'm 10.
So let's see. If you can't do math, you were 6 and now you're 10. Does that mean you've been racing for 8 years?
No, 4.
Oh, 4. Okay. Okay. Just checking.
We're going into
Math
our
is
fourth
good.
year.
Math is good.
Absolutely.
So, how many races? Do you have any idea how many races you ran this year?
I think we ran around 15.
15?
15 to 20.
Okay.
That was less than that, but it was close. Yeah.
How did we do then? Did we have some wins or some good finishes?
Yeah, the more we got later in the year, I got a lot of thirds in a row at Pluses, and then we got a second, and then we got our first win of my career at Pluses. I think it was our second to last race.
Okay.
What'd you do? One of the great things Boy did a shoey, I know, or something like that. Did you do anything special when you won?
We got back on the wing, and I almost tripped on the flag when I got up there.
Almost doesn't count.
The
Horseshoes, hand grenades, and dancing is where it almost
The
counts.
things you remember, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit embarrassing, but it would have been a good highlight reel later on.
Yeah, it's something I can remember about it.
Yep.
What's been like the hardest part of racing so far? I mean, this is kind of a tough question, but
Probably the hardest part is when something bad happens, like you wreck or just you get a stretch where stuff just doesn't go your way, and that's the hardest part to keep getting in the car and keep wanting to do it when stuff just isn't going your way.
that's a really good answer. Holy smokes!
We're gonna have to have him on more often. He's way smarter than you and me.
It's almost like his dad's done interviews before.
I was gonna say he's learning from a pretty good one. So, but he's got a. So you're talking about branching out more next year. How far out are you thinking about traveling, and how many races are you trying to do next year?
We're trying to stick around the 20 area. Next year, we're really hoping to get up to Thunder Hill for the Thunder Hill Nationals, since we couldn't last year, since they don't run RBox 2. So we were hoping to get up there for
That's the one in Menominee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Okay.
That was my next
They have
question.
they have a big wing kart nationals up there. There's probably 2 or 3 events in our area that are like national exposure type events, and that's one. The other one's obviously English Creek, happens during
Yep.
Knoxville Nationals, but
Yep.
the one in Menominee is a big deal, and it's his goal to race there. So we want to see
How
it.
many carts will be there? Do you think?
Oh,
What
gosh.
did they have last year? Any guess?
On a bad year, they're going to run multiple B mains.
Really?
So and they'll start 20 in a full field in an A main. So they're going to have enough to,
They'll have 70, 80 carts there probably.
There's going to be enough to make us work to, making the show is an achievement.
Is it?
Yep.
If your first time there, if you can make the main,
Yeah.
it'll be a heck of an accomplishment.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
good luck.
Thank you.
Oh man.
So, obviously your win is important. That's probably your most memorable event so far.
Yeah.
But if you could go, let's flip the coin. What was your suckiest night? What night sucked the most?
Night number 1 at Plessis this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them about that.
So we were the fastest car all night. We were running away from the field. We had 5 cautions though. Then off 1 caution, I got slipped high off the restart, and Bronson Bruns got underneath me, and I tried to power back around to the outside and kind of use the wall as a ramp, and it went upside down.
Kyle Larson?
Big.
Kyle Larson a little bit.
Big upside down. That was
Big upside down. Didn't just tip it on its side.
It was.
No.
Yeah. I wish I would have shared the video beforehand, but people. You tell people, yeah, we flipped the go-kart, and they think, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It looks like a 410 sprint car crash. It was up and over, completely destroyed the wing. It was enough, like Max Henderson races against us. Everybody knows Justin Henderson.
Yeah.
And it was enough to make Justin go, hey, I better talk to this kid. Make sure that looked like one of my crashes.
I'm sure it's okay.
That's what I was going. How concerned is Dad when that happens?
We all have to be thankful that my
Mom
wife
wasn't there.
missed her first go-kart race that night, and it happened to be the night that he went up. I don't know if we would have been able to allow him to keep doing this.
Sure,
if my wife
she would have witnessed it. To see the replay and the kids watching it with her, and he's okay. It's not as bad as if she'd been at the track.
Yeah, that was a big one though. I mean, he was up in the air quite a long ways and caught a right rear and caught the fence, and that was that. So
Hey, I'm impressed you tried it though, right? That's racing.
Yeah, because later in the season, I also went around, tried to go to the outside again, and actually made the pass.
There you go.
There you
the
go.
night he got second, he started sixth, and on a late restart, Case Holmes from Rock Rapids
Yeah.
actually, we went around the outside of him on a late restart to get to second, and that was pretty cool.
Anthony's boy.
Yep. Good people, good family.
Yeah.
Now, I thought I saw that you have some goals for next year. Something about a race of champions or something.
Oh, yeah, there's this, I think this is how it's going to work next year. There's a bunch of tracks that you race at, and if you get if top 3 in any of those, I think there's 5 or 6 tracks you can race at, and if you get top 3 in points, you get invited to a race of champions. I think it's in Blue Earth, right?
Correct, yeah.
The race of champions event in Blue Earth, and you can, this year I had to miss it because I got 3rd in points at pluses. This year I had to miss it because of a football game, but next year I'm hoping to be able to make that.
That's-
Be there.
Priorities. Football, racing, come on now.
You bet.
I'm more into racing than I'm in football. I watch a little football on Sundays because the kids are over and they want to watch it. Other than that, if they leave, I change the channel.
So, who works on the car? Is this?
Him?
What do you get to do, and what does Dad get to do?
Dad does everything except the scales, which is my worst favorite part of the thing.
Yeah, because he has to sit in there for an hour and just, all right, don't move, and he has to sit there like he's driving, so he hates scaling.
Yeah.
I'm going to again compare him, maybe I won't name any drivers by name, but there are drivers in the 410 division that we've all seen who want to show up with their helmet bag and
Yep.
mount the seat and get in,
And drive.
then at the end of the night they want to go home.
Yep.
That's what he does. Teach him to check air pressures eventually or something. But no, he's just the nut behind the wheel.
So when you say scale, what are you talking about?
Like you would with a big car. We have scale pads out.
Okay.
And,
Weigh
weight
it.
percentages and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get so your weight transfers
Yep.
or whatever.
It's a challenge with him. He continues to grow taller, and he doesn't gain any weight. My wife has an uncle that's a legitimate 7-footer. Used to race hobby stocks at Dar Clausen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are.
Shaped a lot like Matthew, where if you turn sideways, you can darn near see through him.
I
But he keeps getting taller.
I played a little basketball against Dar. That never went well.
He was pretty good.
He was pretty good.
And he was big. Woo. I mean, I'm 6'2", 6'3", and he's a long ways above me.
It's like seeing Cody Hofer walk
Yeah,
by.
yeah.
It was funny to watch Dar get into a hobby stock. Everybody else had to contort their way in. He would just kind of step over the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have to worry about barbed wire fences, I bet.
No, he stepped right over him. He got run over by a cow this fall.
Twice.
Yep, twice.
Yeah. Doing better. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Let's name all your sponsors. Do you have all your sponsors here? Let's make sure we get them mentioned.
My race pass, that's my dad's work. Quality Freight Rate and MBTV, that's Matt Bull. If it wasn't for him, he does a lot for us.
That's awesome.
Heartland Steel, RSK Farms, that's my grandpa and grandma. MPM Marketing, Primrose Boutique, Michelin House Excavating, Hayden Motorsports, Aron Pheasant Farms, Mealia Decor and Designs, DeWall Racing, GRP Motorsports, Kurzman Construction, Hawk Wings, who I mentioned earlier, and DNS Stock Farms.
The Pheasant Farm. What's that?
I'm not sure. All I know is that they buy us tires every year.
Hey, as long as you know what they they do for you?
It's perfect. That's Tyler Ravenberg, Race 305 is around here for a while.
Okay.
He's been turning wrenches for Austin McCarl. His dad's Craig Ravenberg, and now you remember.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good people. It's one of the advantages that I have, that we have, is because of my time working in the sport. You really turn into a circle of friends. You know what I mean? And knew Tyler Ravenberg when he first started at Jackson in the 305, and yeah, Craig's a great guy. It's a great family again. Really cool people, and Tyler got a little experience on the Outlaw Tour as a crew guy for a short, not for a whole season, but for a short period. So cool to see him continue to progress. And yeah, a set of tires every year for a wing cart goes a long way. So we appreciate it.
Yeah. You ain't burning them off in a night anyhow.
No, we can almost get through a whole season.
Yeah.
When he puts the right rear on the fence and busts the beat out of it, then I have to replace them more often. But other than that, we can almost get through a whole year with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Racing and rubbing, that's the fun of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Racing rubbing. There, I got a story talking about wearing out tires. Back when we were still racing out at Fulkins, we'd race around out there on Sunday afternoons. I run the same set of tires all summer. Steve decided we were going to have a dry slick day at the end of the year, just to play around, slide around more. I think it was like 2 8-lap races, and my tires were gone. They were down to the cords, and we had to put on some of the hard slicks that we had.
That's right. Back when compounds mattered, now everybody just uses the same thing.
Yep. Well, we never worried about that either. We bought whatever we could find. But that's when we started running. That's when, after I put them old hard slicks on, once they got hot, then they would work. Well, then we called around, and everybody's running slicks in other parts of the country. So when we ordered slicks in, and you guys can't run slicks though, can you? You got to run tires.
We're treaded Hoosiers. Yeah. But the advantage to that is that there's no tire prep allowed in our classes. So you get some of the flat cart classes where there's people out there, hours and hours and hours every day of the week trying to prep enough tires to be able to run through a race night. For us, I wash them and clean them, and that's about all you can do. And I prefer it that way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Puts more of the control in his hands. It's not so much about what tire prep did you buy. It's
it's all more about the driver.
Exactly.
I just watched a video today about some new tire checking machine for checking if they're doping. They had it down at Knoxville all year this year.
That's good because there's one lab that does all the tire testing in the sport, and I'm not here to say that they work or they don't work, but there's enough confusion around that to where anything we can do for more transparency, whether it's him or Tulsa Shootout or Chili Bowl or 410 Sprint Cars or Dirt Late Models, transparency is a good thing. I think the more we know about everybody else, the better off we are in the sport, and let's keep them within the rules.
Toby, the gentleman from Australia with Sprint Car Hub, is who had the interview with this guy.
Yeah.
And it's something it's a portable thing you have at the track. It's a laser thing that checks them right at the track. And then if they're suspect, I think they'll probably still take the sample and send them in, but you'll know right away. It was kind of interesting. Anyways, a little shout out for Sprint Car Hub.
Yep. Matthew, is there anything else we got to talk about? Anything else you can think of or want to share?
Got a girlfriend?
How about
No? Okay.
How about your website and your t-shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you go to search up on anything really, you can type in MatthewLloydRacing.com, and I have a website where I'll race this year, what finishes I got. You can buy t-shirts and hoodies and stuff on my website, and yeah, you can do a lot of things.
Yep.
I remembered one other thing. You're changing the look of the car.
Yeah, last couple years we've had like the black with red stripes and like the gold numbers, like kind of what Nate was it Nate or Nick Barger?
Nate Beinhoff.
Nate Beinhoff that he says. And yeah, next year we're gonna kind of have. We saw a 360 at 360 Nationals that had an all white car with like fluorescent red as everything else. And we decided we were going to do that this year.
Awesome.
So like total opposite. It went from black to white.
Yeah. Our last race of the year at Plessis, we looked at the grid and we saw that there were 8 carts in the grid at the time, and 7 of them were black. So
hopefully nobody else is doing the whole flop either.
No, we're excited about it. It's a new class. We're going to redesign the website. We're going to have new hero cards, and it'll all go together.
That's
so
awesome.
Give us the website one more time.
So you go to Google or any other thing, and you type in MatthewLloydRacing.com, and you can see all the races that I have, where I finish in those races, pictures, and t-shirts and hoodies and polos and stuff like that you can buy. and all that other kind of stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you make the website?
No, my dad's work, my race pass. We went through that, so we got everything for free since my dad works there.
That's the way it works.
We got to thank
Right?
Josh Holt for
Is
allowing
that
us
where
to use
the, is that how the
platform.
they got the thing too where they
Yeah.
get the t-shirts and hoodies right there,
Yeah,
right?
not to be too much of a sales guy, but everything we do is drop ship. So
Yep.
if you wanted to sell T-shirts and you don't want to have a stock or inventory that you have to pull
Yep.
around to the racetrack in totes, you can have folks order online. Like he said, hoodies, crew necks, long sleeves, T-shirts, whatever. Many colors. We've sold T-shirts just in like purple and blue and orange and green and all sorts of colors. And pink, there's a pink one out there.
Yep.
And so if you don't want to have that inventory, but you want to give people options, buy from us. We print, we ship. You don't ever have to have an inventory.
And my race pass gives a little kickback to you, if I wanted to sell Hoagie's Garage, you guys sell them, do we get a little bit of a kickback or not?
We sell at the wholesale price, and
Yeah.
then whatever the margin is between the wholesale price and what you set retail as, that's how much you make. So could be from $5 to $8 per shirt, depending on
Because
what kind of
you
shirt.
guys have crates, there's 50.
It's overwhelming if you start to look. If you start to look
There's
through our
a
marketplace,
lot
there's
of-
a lot of stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
a lot of stuff. We do
Absolutely.
hero cards and driver websites and all sorts of stuff like that.
So what is your job with my race pass?
So I've been there a little over 5 years now, which is crazy to say. It doesn't seem like I'm old enough to have the same job for 5 years, but here we are.
Hey, I've been for 32.
Yeah,
Going
well,
on 33.
I'm,
so
I'm losing the hair to prove it. But for a long time, I was support for drivers, or for primarily tracks and series, right? They use our scoring software. If they have questions or whatever else, they would get a hold of me or Dakota Tennyson, who does the same job here. He's a scorer for the IRA Sprint Car Series, so we're all racing people. But as of recently, I've shifted a little bit to be over top of online tickets. I'm the product owner of all things online tickets. So if any racetracks out there are selling tickets online through my race pass, chances are I've observed or touched something in what they're doing, help them build ticket maps, campground maps, pit stalls, reserve seats, general admission, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
So keeps you busy then.
There's a lot of, it's this time of year is busier than the racing season. 'Cause we're flying to
Getting
trade
everything
shows all
ready.
over the country. We pack more into a shorter off season every year. And now you throw in the dome, and obviously there's shootout and chili
Yep.
bowl and snowball and snowflake and all that stuff. There's almost not an off season.
There's almost not an off season.
And we still have
anymore.
to do all these promoter conferences, and so which is a great time. It's the most fun thing that I do. But this time of year, everybody's preparing for their season and saying, "Hey, I'd like to have a ticket map too." And there's a lot of them out there. But we get to do some cool ones. You get to build a reserve seating map for a place like Port Royal, or
Sure.
a place like Williams Grove we just did, or Winchester 400 in the asphalt world. That's like as big as it gets almost. Or New Smyrna, they're going to have their World Series of asphalt with NASCAR Whelen Modifieds and ASA Stars, and to be able to build that ticket map. These are some of the coolest places in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the end of the month, for the first time ever, Tulsa Shootout is putting tickets online. They've never done it before, but you can buy your tickets for Tulsa Shootout online through my race pass. And so I'm going to go down to Tulsa, and hopefully it goes okay. Yeah.
So now, all these different places you were mentioning, have you been to all them tracks then?
There's not enough days in the year to get to
Oh,
all
okay,
of them.
okay.
I've been to a few.
Okay.
But yeah.
I didn't know if you'd get a chance to go to them or not. But
Yeah.
I suppose it's on your bucket list type of thing.
There's so many that are. There's so
Yeah.
many cool places. And, doing the job that I've always been a sprint car guy. I love sprint cars, right? But, so, the bucket list places are Knoxville. And for me, I've been fortunate enough to announce a 410 race at Knoxville. So, that's as cool as it gets. But you can go to Knoxville, you can go to Eldora, you can go to Williams Grove, you can go to Port. But as you expand your horizons into other forms of motorsport doing this, last year, there's a place in Iowa, Hawkeye Downs, an asphalt track. They celebrated their 100th consecutive year of racing.
Really?
Think about that. I don't
That's
know what
crazy.
I don't know what you think Iowa was like in
100 years.
1925,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
You don't
racing
think about
was
racing
maybe
back
horses, but no, there are 100 consecutive years of auto racing starting in 1925. They celebrated last year, and they brought back an old event from super late models. They call it the Miller 100. It's like that kind of stuff, man. How cool is that?
Yeah.
To be a small part of that world is really a treat.
Yeah. I just can't fathom how my race pass, you can be sitting at Husets, and when if people don't think it's like absolute live timing,
It's within
That-
3/10.
that car hits the line, and before their turn one, you have what they qualified their time as.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, they're going how fast, and that's not very far, Husets, to get there. And you're doing that around the world. I don't want you to explain that to me, but
literally around the world, because the big push that we've had here recently is in Australia, and as their season starts getting started, you're going to start to see 40-plus Australian tracks using My Race Pass for the first time. So if you ever can't sleep on a Friday night, chances are it's already Saturday over there. You know, and you can see if Jock Goodyear beat him again or something. I don't know how many other Australians are still down there, but yeah, I mean, it's literally around the world. I mean, and as a support guy,
that's really cool.
all the time.
Well, we had to break your brother from looking at My Race Pass during the races because he'd be like 10 seconds ahead of the TV.
Yes, that's common, yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh no. We're like, now what? And then pretty soon somebody'd crash and blow up, and I'm like, shut your damn phone off, Hug.
You do the thing where, you know, I'm watching live timing from a wedding, trying to see how my little brother's doing, because he runs 305s now. You know, and you see red come on the timing screen, and then you wait to see all the transponders click, just praying that the one for AD Lloyd clicks too. God, I hope he's not the red, but no, it's cool.
Comes through.
It's become so ubiquitous with the sport, right? I mean, the free version of the app, you still get to see entries, lineups, results, point standings for every track and series. Yeah. All that stuff is free at the palm of your hands, attached to the end of your arm. And then, you know, for a nominal fee, it's like $8 a year. You watch live timing. You can do fantasy racing. The new thing, and we did this a little bit last year. It actually happened at Husets a couple of times last year. But the new thing in the app this year that we're really pushing is announcer audio in the app. And we've got it to the point where the delay is synced with live timing. So it's about 0.3 of a second. So it takes you longer to blink than it does for the audio to come through the app.
And that's really nice if you got a track you follow hard and you're not there. Yeah. It's nice to listen to the announcer.
Yeah, Bluetooth that on your car stereo on your way home, watching timing, and absolutely.
Put your Bluetooth in your ear and listen to it at a wedding.
Exactly.
You know, whatever.
Depends on how much you like Sean Easted.
I think there's a ton of stuff on My Race Pass that we don't even all know.
Oh, we have,
You can go there and see every race that's going on. That's being streamed and where it's being streamed, I think, if you go to the website one.
Yep. If you go to
I don't know if it's on the app part, but
the app part will give you streaming information, but actually online on myracepass.com, if you go to the events feed, there's like a window there specifically for who's being broadcasted where. So, and actually we work with the broadcasters, so they put in their schedules, because Dirt Vision and Flow Racing and, you know, Advantage Racing TV around here and all the other speed sport and those folks, they want to publish. You know, they want to advertise for their streams just as bad as anybody. Yep. So they're enticed to go in and build their own schedules of where they're going to be. And then, it'll show that information on our website, and we get to publish that a little bit more. And that's the number one piece of feedback that we get from racetracks and series is, oh, I didn't know you did that too. Like, you know, everybody sees the fan app and assumes that we're the fan app, but that only happens because of the services that we offer to tracks and series from a scoring perspective. And we can help them solve a lot of problems, generate revenue, we build websites, sell tickets, do all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that we do. PRI next week, we are one of the biggest booths that's not like, you know, some of the hot rod vendors. Oh, yeah. And we're busy, slammed from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single time.
Okay, can this happen? I asked Josh this last year, and he thought it was in the works, and maybe it is. So I'm going to throw out Aaron Reitzel just because Fulkins Brothers.
Okay.
Can I get a notification yet when he's going to race?
Ooh, that's a good question, but he's stuttering.
I think it's awesome, and I'm going to get in a little trouble here. I think it's awesome. I think we absolutely should do that. We have steered away from that so far for, you know, moral reasons, and because there's kids and there's a lot of women drivers out there, and we don't want to cause someone heartache because we're all of a sudden notifying the racing world of exactly where they're at all the time. So I think there's an argument against that. And also, there's a lot of, there's still circumstances where tracks create bad data for a driver. So you might have a driver show up to one place and the push notification doesn't go out because the track used the wrong driver profile or something like that. And so there's always reasons behind that stuff.
Pros and
I only think of the good. But
he's thinking of the logical stuff where it's going to go south.
Yeah, I get it.
There's hundreds of thousands of race car drivers in the app, and to a certain point, just, you know, push notifications for that with that much data, I think it's pretty overwhelming too.
Oh yeah, You're not going to do that with your 10-year-old laptop and get that information.
That can be Matthew's job.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, before I forget, Angela Hansen said you did a great job on your interview.
There we go. That is, I did. That is Mid Central Showdown Series, which has not a series, but points based championship regionally, sort of like Wasota National Points or IMCA National Points. She's putting that together, and I'm a big supporter of that, so that's cool.
That's
So
awesome.
they're going to do that for the go-karts.
Yes.
Cool.
So, you got some big news,
I do.
you know, and I've known about this for a long time, Toad.
You've
And
been,
I
you
haven't
ain't been bothering
I
to tell
haven't-
me because I would have forgot. He always says, "Can you keep a secret?" And I said, "Hell, I'll forget what you told me by tomorrow."
Yeah.
There's sometimes I do tell you some of the things I find out, but this one I didn't because I figured you'd tell somebody in Rock Rapids or something. So.
Okay, well, good thing
So-
you didn't tell me.
No, I didn't. I didn't tell a single Hoagie's Garage person.
I think I've
so.
kept it pretty hidden. I don't think there's a lot of people that know about this. Like I just told my mom and brothers like last week. I mean, not very many people know about this. I have worked with Doug Johnson this off season at Husets. I am returning to my infield reporter duties at Husets this year in 2026. Yeah, I'm really excited. It'll be Sunday nights only. I'm not doing any of the outlaw stuff. The reason I quit this in the first place was Jackson and Husets and Tri-State Late Models and Midwest Power Series. I was doing enough stuff to where there were a lot of Saturdays that first year that he started racing where it was like, hey, yeah, I have to be at Jackson National, so you can't race this week, or I have to be, wherever.
Yep.
And so we only raced 6 or 7 times that first year just to see if he liked it. And when he said, Dad, this is what I want to do.
This is cool, Dad.
I pulled back of all of that so I could be crew chief dad, right?
Yep.
But this year I'll go back to Husets, only Sunday nights, only regular weekly shows.
Yep.
So that'll never interrupt any race that he's got going on. I've had actually a couple of different people in the last week ask me about fill-in announcing for various things. Beyond that, so there might be 1 or 2 other like special weeknight things that I'll do. I did that last year at Worthington for Will Eggman with the Bandit series, and so none of that's really set in stone. The only thing that I can say is absolutely set in stone right now is
Husets,
Sunday
Sunday
nights,
night.
Husets, regular weekly shows. I miss the people. I call it a circle of friends. I've stolen that from Matt Bull. We went once last year on my birthday, and we went down to the infield, and I realized that he's old enough to be down there now, and he can hang out with me, and he can hang out with my brother Aiden when Aiden's racing.
You can hang out with me.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
By Lee's.
Yep, we can sit in the propane.
Not
pusher
me
or
though.
something. Yeah, no.
You can't hang out with
Yeah,
me.
no. So
I got a full vehicle.
he can come. I can share that experience with him, and I am very excited. I thought when announcers have the biggest egos in motorsports. Okay, if this was a football team, we'd be the wide receiver group. So you're gonna have to forgive me for a second, but I thought maybe there's better infield announcers than me. Maybe there's better announcers than Sean. Maybe there's a better broadcast team than what we had at Husets. But if you put all those pieces together, I would put us up there, and I don't care what level it is, high limit, outlaws, anything. We had the best team in short track racing. I really believe that, and I'm really excited to continue to push the level of what we were doing before, because we were doing some pretty unique things, and I'm excited to continue to push that.
Yeah, and I think you look at some of the makeup that's out there. Chase and who's with Chase? What's his name?
Tony Laporte.
Tony.
Yeah.
And those two can kid back and forth a little bit, but you and Sean know each other so well.
Yeah.
That you can really give each other hard times, and because you know each other so well.
Yeah. No, the only stipulation with Sean that I had on this is that next year in the fall, he has to come to the Little Rock Corn Show. That was such a part of our like an inside joke on our broadcast that I have to get Sean Neested to Little Rock Corn Show. As you know, best town celebration in all Lyon County, and it's not close. Get Sean to Corn Show. That's the only stipulation here. He doesn't know that yet, but that is a stipulation of the job. But no, really.
We'll
excited.
harass him whenever I get a chance.
That's right. Yep. He called it Corn Fest one time. That was the end of that. We got to show him what this is all about.
My wife is all happy that you're going to be there again.
No, good. I'm glad. I hope
So we got one person that's happy you're going to be there.
I hope somebody is. I really do. No, this will be fun. I'm excited to get back, and I know a lot of people in the sport because of what I do for a living. But Doug Johnson, I put up there with any of them.
Yep.
I mean, the amount that he has on his shoulders to handle at a place like Husets, you throw Jackson in there as well, and I know he helps. Doing some other stuff with MSTS, not in an official capacity, but just giving him information and stuff. And he's putting together his own promoter show at the end of March in Sioux Falls for local tracks in our area to really start to be able to work together. And what he does is really, I think, impressive in the grand scheme of the sport. He won National Promoter of the Year a couple of years ago, and it's absolutely deserved. And so, I'm excited to get to work for and work with Doug again as well.
I know. Was it the last race when we got all the rain at Husets? We got a lot of rain, and
Yes, it was. We were there. Yeah.
It was. They're driving around trying to get it packed, and you can
just see how stressed he is in that kind of situation
my
too.
goodness!
I don't think people understand
when you have going to take.
People don't understand when you have a rain out or when you have wet, like the financial ramifications of that decision. People don't understand how much money a racetrack loses if they cancel, and how much more money they can lose if they decide not to cancel and no one shows up.
Yeah.
There's huge financial stakes,
Yeah.
and
Because the purse still has to go out if you only got 100 people in
you're
the stands.
exactly right. And there's no breaks on sanctioning fees.
No.
And that stuff can be done. Because that was an outlaw show. And that
Yeah.
was interesting. I always told him after he won his first race, we would bring his trophy to Husets for all the drivers to sign. So he wins the night before an outlaw show. Worked out pretty good. But
then you had time with the rain delay to get as many signatures as
we
you
did.
could.
I think we got them all. We absolutely did.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But yeah, you were talking about your racing family type. We've talked about that several times on the show. It gets to be such a close-knit group.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said, some of the drivers, they might flip each other off or throw a helmet or something, but the following week they're probably drinking a beer together.
I mean, it's
Or
not even the following
night.
week. Yeah, they probably end up a tailgating after the races.
Yeah,
Everybody's just fine.
it's
or
just
too
the heat of
close.
the moment. They're excited, but yet it all comes down to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been pissed off at my brother before. So it's it's still you're mad at family periodically. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's a circle of friends, and
Yep.
going that last weekend and seeing like Brendan Mullen have success, where he kind of struggled the year, he needed something good to happen, and to watch that good thing happen for him, it's cool to be around his family. I mentioned the Ravenbergs. Matt Bull has been a photographer. Now he's doing his own streaming service. He's done a lot of stuff in the racing world, and so to have Matt Bull a part of our team is just there's so many good people down there.
Yep.
You miss getting to know them for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd hate. Well, I can't begin to name the number of people that we've met since we started the show,
Yeah.
and it's just been a blast to talk to people. Tonight's been a blast.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly,
I've
I'm
said
pretty fortunate to have a 10-year-old who can talk and communicate and do things like this. There's not many 10-year-olds that could.
No.
Yep. And a nice loud voice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You said you were scouring his Facebook page. We started halfway through the year doing these post-race interviews as though he was, on the front stretch or whatever else. So he got to do a winner's interview and all that kind of stuff. And he's done pretty well. It's a lot of fun.
That's good.
Get a little grooming from Dad on how to handle these interviews, so when you become famous, them interviews will just be easy.
Yeah.
Hey, I can tell you this. The first time we did Ryan Timms, we had him on, I think it was 14.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was laying on the couch. I don't know what he was doing, but Tove and I got done, and this is nothing against Ryan Timms because he's gotten 100 times better with his interviews.
Yeah.
And we've had him on several times. But we got done, and we both said, because we didn't ask return questions. Did you understand him?
Yeah.
He was mumbling, and it was hard to understand. And
The first couple times at Husets, when he got out of the car after a win and kind of looked bored, it was like, all right, I'm going to have to fill some space here.
but he's gotten 100 times better.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
So
Well, he's done enough interviews now, so
Yeah. And
absolutely.
just as an aside, how cool was that to see him win Knoxville? Not just for him, because again, we're involved in the sport more than just that's the driver that was. How cool was that for the Liebig family?
Yeah.
I mean, because they had some tragedy in the family not long before that. To win that race, and that had to have been really cathartic for everybody involved. I was so happy for Shane. I really
Shane's
was.
been involved in racing for so long. I didn't realize he'd been involved that long. We had him on the show, and he's been racing forever.
And he's a hoot.
Yeah.
Nice
I
guy.
thought he was, like a crabby old guy in the corner, but
Like me?
He's
what?
He's funny. I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah, happy for Shane to win that race. That had to have been something.
So
Like I've said before, I don't know if we've ever had a bad interview doing this show. Just some are better than others.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just fun for us.
It's like doing the interview thing. I'm not there to play favorites, but God, I was happy if Dominic Selzy won the race.
All I got to do is hold the mic.
I knew I was.
Or
in
just
for a
give
good
it to
one.
him.
I knew I was in for a good one. But
Well, our favorite story with Dom when we do our rapid fire questions at the end, and one of them is your favorite place to eat. Dom broke it down to Mexican, Chinese, steak. He broke it down for us. So that was a 10-minute answer.
You've got Giovanni on the TV behind us. By the way, if you call him Gio and not Giovanni, you'll get a message from somebody telling you that his name's Giovanni. We had Giovanni at Husets a couple weeks after we had Dominic. Dominic came on and said the track race is a lot like Tulare. And so I had Gio a couple weeks later, and he came to Husets, and I said, your brother said this is a lot like Tulare. What would you say? And he said something along the lines of, I don't know why he would say that. It's nothing like Tulare. He's probably shirtless on his couch somewhere eating nachos. That was great. That was awesome. So,
we're trying to get the two of them on together.
Oh, that'd be something.
Yeah.
If you could get Gary on too, that would be
I
NHRA Hall of Famer.
I asked Gary, I run into Gary at Knoxville last year, and I asked him if he'd be on our show, and he said, I don't do the interviews anymore. I just come and watch the boys, and he didn't want to do it. So I'm hoping if we can get his two boys on again together.
But
We
that's
put a
what
bug
Casey
in their
Kane
ear.
said too, and then we still got him on.
we got him
so.
talked into it too eventually.
Casey's a nice guy too.
He is.
Well,
Quiet, but he's a nice
Casey
guy.
screwed up and came and won at Husets, and then we threw that out to that. We
Yeah.
interview the winners, and now you got to be on the show.
Absolutely.
But he agreed to it, so.
Well, all right. Is there anything else? Any other news, or we're gonna get to some rapid fire?
Well, I guess I don't have anything else. Do you?
I don't
All
think
right.
So recap, we got a new class next year, new paint scheme,
Yep.
couple more races here and there. I'm going to screw this up, but my race pass then, we're in Australia now
Yep.
with 40 some, how many tracks?
It's
Quite
hard,
a
to
few?
keep, it's hard to keep track. At least 40. And actually, in addition to that, my brother, Aiden, raced 305, won his
Yep.
first feature last year at Husets. He got invited, and I'm going to forget the gentleman's name. Ethan Wiley from Tasmania has invited my little brother Aiden to go be a crew guy for him. So he'll actually be in Australia until like February at some point.
Really?
And then he'll come back and race his 305 around here again at Rock Rapids and Husets and maybe a couple other places. So that's kind of cool too. I guess there was one other thing. Not that I want to talk about Aiden too much, but
Yeah, well, you don't want to throw the brother too many
No,
bones.
no.
but-
He did have a great year.
He did. You know, it's one of the reasons I'm coming back because, people started telling me that he was going to be the most famous Lloyd. I said,
Oh, we
no
got to
way.
change that.
No way. No.
It would have been cool if you were interviewed his first week
I
in Husets.
had 200 people text me that same thing.
Yeah.
You can have the second.
I hope so. I won his first one at Rock Rapids, and we grew up 2 blocks from Husets and Brandon, but we were at Rock Rapids every Friday. My dad worked on street stocks for
Okay.
a guy by the name of Mark DeBoer.
Yep.
Common name in the late model street stock world, one of the best to ever do it.
Yep.
I think he's still the second winningest driver of all time, and it's within single digits with Darren Cortles. Like those
Yep.
two, if you showed up to Rock Rapids and beat those two in a street stock on the same night,
that was a good
you would
one.
really accomplish something.
That was a
day.
big win.
So I've been going to Rock Rapids since I was 6 weeks old. When Aiden wins at winning at Husets was absolutely special, but the sentimental value of him winning at Rocky is going to be, I think it's going to be overwhelming for me and him and his mom. I mean, our mom is going to be pretty tickled that day.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
And there's big news about Rapid Speedway too. Lee kind of said it in his thing down in
Yep.
Lincoln, but I'm not going to say what that is. I'll let Darren Cordles say that when he chooses to say that. So
Darren has told me for a couple of years that he would like to have a go-kart race on the front stretch of Rock Rapids someday.
Okay.
So Darren, that's the news that we need to release here.
that's not the one I was talking about. But
That'll work.
too.
That'll
He can
work.
do
There
too.
are so many Lyon County kids doing the wing cart thing.
Yeah.
One of the great things that you had here, we talked about Homus. We've
It'd
got
be
Bronson
easy
Bronson,
on that
Little
front
Rock.
stretch. There's plenty of room.
Plenty of space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it. Make it happen.
All right.
Okay.
That sounds good.
It's out there.
We're going to go some rapid fire questions. I'll let you answer first and then your dad until we get to the speeding ones, and then we'll see what your dad says.
When it comes to driving down the highway, then we'll just ask Dad.
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Mint chip.
Mint chip.
That's the right answer. It's
Oh.
good chip.
There you go.
Family
Perfect.
thing right there. You like cats or dogs?
Neither.
There
Neither.
you go.
Yeah. We don't have time at home for pets. We're gone too much.
Do you have any hobbies other than racing?
Football, baseball. We're playing basketball right now.
Super.
Yeah.
Coaching all of those things.
Oh,
Yep.
see, I coached my son. Has he yelled at you yet? Maybe you're not
yeah.
old enough.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah. Normally,
Football a lot.
the own kids get it worse than the other kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
At
try to
least
look
that's
like
the way it
you're
was
not
for
playing
me.
favorites.
Yeah.
And then you end up hurting them a little bit more than you should.
Yep.
We have a lot of fun.
That's good.
How about a favorite movie?
Cars.
Cars.
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
mine.
That's Bud's
That's
favorite
mine.
movie. You and Bud get along good now.
Golly.
That's kind
It's
of
one of
put me
our
on the
toughest
spot.
ones.
I know. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. This isn't technically a movie. Band of Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
kind of
That's
a
good
movie.
series though.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I'll cheat a little bit there.
Good. I love that old history stuff.
Yeah.
My wife loves it when I watch the History Channel, but she's getting better at watching it with me. Excuse me. Do you prefer snow or rain?
Rain.
Rain? Why, we only got like 15 inches of snow so far this year, or whatever we're up to.
Well, at least when you rain, you get to stay inside, and there's a common reason. But like your parents are always telling you when it snows to go play in the snow, even if you don't want to play in the snow.
Hey, but rain can cancel races.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, but
That's correct.
the snow can too. If it
No,
snows, you don't
that's
want to
there's a group in Michigan that races sprint cars on frozen lakes.
Yep.
And if there's an open spot in the lake, they'll just put hay bales around it. Say heads up off turn 2.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm into that, but
I've watched a little of that on
Don't
YouTube or
go
something.
do that.
No.
Oh, is this mine?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're basically, what's your favorite song? What type of music is your favorite? Do you like country? Do you like
Country.
rock? Country?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Like the new country or a little bit older?
Newer country.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not as impressed as I was because I like the older
I
country.
mean, to a 10-year-old, old country is only like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even know what Fishing in the Dark?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Kind of a punk rock guy, you know.
Punk rock?
Yeah, in my youth, you know,
Yeah.
Blink-182 and stuff like that.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Where's your favorite place to go out to eat?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Austin?
The Mexican joint, Rock Rapids. It's close and it's cheap.
You're gonna have to try one in Leicester.
Is it pretty good?
Oh man.
I've been hearing
The-
great things about it.
The other one was okay, it was authentic.
Yeah.
But this one,
Is it pretty good?
this one is good.
I hope my wife's not watching. We'll be there tomorrow.
Let's see. Favorite holiday? If I had to
Christmas.
Christmas. What's your can you remember a best present? If you can't, that's fine.
go-kart.
A go-kart?
You
You
got
got a
go-kart for
go-kart?
That was the Christmas present.
Oh yes.
That works. Your
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
go-kart?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Same one we started with.
Yep.
Yeah.
You bet.
To me, it's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Christmas has become about so many other things that
Yeah.
frustrate me, and I don't want to be frustrated. And Thanksgiving hasn't, and
Yep.
that's why I appreciate it.
Yep.
Family
it's like
and
almost
food.
the forgotten one.
Yeah. Well, I'm sentimental, I guess.
There you go.
Okay. Now this one you can't answer yet, so we're just gonna ask Dad these next two. How many speeding tickets have you gotten?
Oh gosh, too many. It hasn't been bad in a long time, but when I was a kid, it was pretty common. It was at least a dozen. Yeah.
It's getting up there.
Did you ever lose the license?
No, I never did. No.
Ooh, spaced them out just
Just
enough.
perfect. Yep. Just perfect. Always had proof of insurance, and I think that saved me a couple of times.
Okay, now you might have to do earmuffs on this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What's the fastest you ever driven down the highway or been with somebody else?
Okay. When we went to Texas Motorplex as a company, one of the rental cars was the Hendrick Edition Camaro, and
A rental car. Yeah.
it moves. It moves. I can vouch for that. The people at Texas Motorplex invited us to take it for a pass down the lanes on the drag strip. We declined, but I'm often curious about what that speedometer would have looked like if we would have done that.
That'd be hard to pass up. For
Yeah.
a shot down the drag strip.
Yeah.
More or less than 150 that you got?
Right there, I would say.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to drink?
1919 root beer.
Ooh,
Root beer.
my kids love
With
that.
ice
yeah.
cream? You ever have root beer floats? Yeah, them rock.
Yeah. I mean,
You can do both.
I'm addicted to Coca-Cola. It's a real problem that I've got in my life.
I'm pretty much addicted to
Diet
Diet
Coke.
Coke.
Even like
I'm the
Pepsi,
opposite of that.
Even like from a diet perspective, if I can get myself to stop drinking pop, I can diet pretty well also. But then as soon as like there's a kid's birthday party and there's a 2-liter of Coke, it all just falls off the wagon for me. And before you know it, it's 4 slices of pizza and it's not good.
I've only
the
had-
Coke starts it
The
all.
Coke is it's the gateway drug for everything else.
I've only had 2.5 yet today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So
If I could get reimbursed on my daily Coke budget from Little Rock Community Foods, we'd have a lot more stuff in the shop, that's for sure.
save them nickel refunds.
That's
They'll
right.
get a little bit back.
That's right.
All right. If you had all the money in the world, you won a Powerball, your dad won a Powerball, and he gave you half the money, what would you want to buy? Like maybe a sprint car, a boat. What is there anything that comes to your mind that you would want to buy?
I mean, you make a lot of money racing F1.
F1?
Car?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There you
that's
go.
new to me. I didn't know that he was into that kind of thing. I guess
You're gonna need the Powerball to run F1.
yeah. You might need more than one of them.
We were watching that the other day. What did Jared say it was, like $250,000 for the steering wheel
Oh, that could
because of the computer and
Yeah,
everything that's
yeah.
in the steering wheel?
That's literally like playing
Yeah.
PlayStation or something on there. So
I guess he's gonna have to start waking up at 2 a.m. with me now and watching Formula One. I have a dream, and I know it's never going to happen, of somehow having a 410 sprint car team and finding a way to have both Brooke Tatnall and Jody Rosenboom involved with that team, who I think are the two most genuine people I've ever met in this sport. Looked up to Brooke Tatnall for a long time, had the opportunity to interview him at a lot of the kind of key moments of his life, with his wife going through cancer and Garrett kind of up and coming in the sport. And there's nobody that I think I'm a bigger fan of than Brooke. And Jody's right there with him. I mean, what he does for the sport in the area is unbelievable. So cool for him to make the A-Main in the Chili Bowl last year. Nice that it wasn't a My Race Pass sponsored car. Yes, so start a 410 sprint car team and somehow have those two involved with the team in some form or fashion.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That works.
That's specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Either that or buy Hartford. I don't know, one of the two.
I don't know if I'd want to own anything. I just would want to be sponsoring it or be part
We
of
said
it.
we'd throw engines.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, just own 4 or 5 engines. And,
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
throw them around.
There
Yeah.
we go.
So,
Because I don't want to be responsible for nothing. I just want to enjoy life.
yeah.
I don't have to think too hard about it.
Yeah, maybe that's the answer. Maybe the answer is buy an RV and go wherever the heck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could do that too, maybe.
The,
I've gotten to do a little bit of that with Steve now, which is way easier because Steve does all the driving, all but about 2 hours of it each time we go somewhere.
he just
so.
needs a nap.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming down here. Hopefully the roads weren't too bad. They're a little icy maybe, but your dad probably just flew.
Yep, right down 9. Perfect.
I should have thought of it. I should have called him. He could have stopped picking me
Yeah,
up.
no kidding.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again for coming down, and we wish you the best next year with racing, and it's going to be fun seeing you back at Husets. Best of luck with my race pass, and keep that thing rolling. It's amazing how much that's blown up over the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, the thing with Port Royal and Williams Grove, it wasn't too long ago they were using Race Monitor and didn't want to use my race pass the way it seemed to us, but
Yeah.
now it's converted. So
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop for tracks. No matter what you're trying to achieve, we have an avenue to try to help you.
You guys have to think about putting out an instructional video of
Oh,
what's all
You
available
search-
on there.
You search My Race Pass on YouTube, and you can hear a lot of my voice. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
see, you just got to do it.
Now I learned.
Yeah.
I'll
So,
forget if I don't write it down. So hold on to the pen so I make a note.
There we go.
All right. Thanks again, fellas, for coming over. This was a blast.
Yeah,
Thanks for having
absolutely.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Not a problem.
While you're on YouTube, I'll share one other thing. I've got a YouTube channel for him. We have a GoPro with in-car videos, and all of our interviews are online. So you can search him on Facebook or search him on YouTube or on our website. You can see all of those in-car videos and interviews as well. So
Matthew Lloyd, by the way,
Matthew
in case we
Lloyd.
forgot.
MatthewLloydRacing.com.
all right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
Easy, bud. There's a chair there.
Yeah, I got
See,
you.
we're still live, so I can harass him
There we
as
go.
he goes to shut off the live part.